Falco was a very unique Titan shifter. Even though he had inherited the Jaw Titan from Porco, he also had Zeke's spinal fluid inside of him, which gave him characteristics of Beast Titan's inheritors. He obtained a memory of a previous Beast Titan which helped him realize that his Titan could fly, unlike any of the other 9 Titans in that time period. He, Gabi, and Annie decided to help their friends fight against the rumbling by using Falco's greatest ability. Hello world, I'm so happy to meet you. Falco was first introduced in the war between Marley and the Mideast Allied forces. He lied on the ground and looked up at a bird flying above him. He said these words before his brother, Colt, saved him. Though it seemed unimportant at the time, this quote was one of the ways that Falco eventually having the power to fly was foreshadowed. In order to attack Marley, inherit the Warhammer Titan, and bring Zeke to Paradis, Eren disguised himself as a patient in a hospital named Kruger and befriended Falco. He had the young warrior candidate deliver a letter for him, which was sent to the Survey Corps. When Falco learned who Eren really was, he was shocked and devastated, feeling betrayed by someone he had admired. Full quote: I heard you talking to yourself last night. Sasha, isn't that the name of one of your fellow soldiers? The girl Gabi shot in the airship. You knew who I was all this time, but you pretended you didn't as you took me here. Why is that? Are you planning on getting revenge on me? Once Falco inherited the Jaw Titan, Connie saw this as the perfect opportunity to save his mother, who Zeke transformed into a Titan years prior. He tricked Falco into going to his village and planned to feed him to his mother, but Falco was able to catch on. Full quote: She's famous here in this district. She's even been recognized for what she did in war already. Just about everyone would say that the next armor should be her, but I'm powerless. So it's all going to end without me doing a thing. When Eren pretended to be friends with Falco, the warrior candidate opened up about how he wanted to be the armored titan instead of Gabi, which also hinted at his feelings for her. However, even though Gabi had fought more than Falco had at the beginning of their stories, he would catch up and played a big role in defeating Eren as he was able to save his comrades. Falco learned who Eren actually was when he brought Reiner to him. Once Eren transformed and attacked Marley, Reiner protected Falco but lost his will to live, as he had become depressed and suicidal after returning from Paradis, knowing that he killed thousands of innocent people. Luckily, Falco was one of the reasons why Reiner decided to keep fighting, along with Gabi. At the end of the series, Falco was able to reunite with his parents. However, their reunion had to end almost as soon as it began since he, the other Titan shifters, and the Ackermans had to fight Eren one last time. Falco said these words to his parents and played his role in saving the world. Full quote: You only have 2 years left in your term. If everything keeps going this way and that girl who idolizes you over there ends up inheriting the armor, Gabi will live to be 27. That is, if an artillery shell doesn't take her down first. Is that fine with you? After Gabi helped Marley defeat the Mideast Allied forces, her comrades cheered for her. However, Falco wasn't happy as this only meant her chances of inheriting the armored titan increased. Full quote: All I know is, the incursion on Paradis 4 years ago was a recon-enforce mission to prepare for a large-scale attack. It was a test to learn about the enemy's combat strength. That's what your mother got wrapped up in. She didn't commit any sin, I'm sorry. She didn't do anything wrong. When Gabi and Falco were brought to Paradis, they met Kaya. Even though Gabi hated her, Falco tried to be nice to her, especially since he had started to realize that the Eldons there weren't the devils Marley forced him to believe they were. When Kaya asked why her mother deserved to die, this is what Falco told her. Full quote: I helped make the attack on Liberio happen. I met a wounded soldier at the hospital. What I didn't know was, it was Eren Yeager, and I sent one letter after the next from him to his allies using a mailbox outside the zone leading to that slaughter in Liberio. So it's my fault that Udo and Zofia died. Also, I'm in love with you. I became a warrior candidate because I didn't want you to inherit the armored titan. I wanted you to live a long life, so that we could get married and you could be happy forever. Falco didn't tell Gabi about the role he played in helping Eren until Marley invaded Paradis. He then confessed everything to her, including his feelings for her, since he expected to be transformed into a titan. The two of them and Colt tried to convince Zeke to wait until Falco was far away to transform the Eldons that drank his spinal fluid, but he refused. However, Falco inherited the Jaw Titan, saved the world, and he was able to live his life with Gabi by his side, as well as Anai and Kapan and Levi, with who he also became friends.